USA against Turkey. Paraguay against Australia. We are off and running. Kevin Walsh, Gabriel Morency, SportsGrid's coverage of World Cup 2026 continues. And Gabe, these are some interesting games here. We kind of talked earlier today about, the stage and what these teams need. But let's talk more importantly, what do we need? What are we betting? I need goals in USA Turkey. I took over 2.5 parlay with both teams to score at -110. I have 1.5 in a parlay as well. So we'll see if we can get that. And then Australia, Paraguay, I took Australia plus half a corner. Paraguay only have one corner in this whole tournament so far. So I like Australia plus half a corner, and I went under 2.5 cards. What do you got here, Gabe? 2 fun games.
Well, a soccer game is 90 minutes. Would be here for 90 minutes if I talked about all the Paraguay-Australia unders that I have tied into parlays. We're at the final leg here. I got 2.5s and 3.5s. We're playing 1.5 as well. We're attacking this thing. But our plays that we posted, Turkey plus 1.5 goals, Paraguay, Australia under 2.5, parlay together, -121. Turkey, USA under 3.5, -175. I'm not so sure we get the 4 goals in this match. We know that Turkey shoot the ball, right? We know that Turkey can shoot the ball. Over 26.5 shots combined for both squads tonight.
Not bad.
I like Turkey over 13.5 shots, Kevin, on their team total. We're going under 2.5 cards in the USA Turkey match. As far as Paraguay is concerned, I can't pass up that +170 with the Paraguayans. And let's, Kevin likes to play the ladder with some of the totals. I'm going to play the ladder, but to the under here. We're going under 2.5 in the parlays. We've got under 3.5 in alt-line parlays, but we're going to be bold. Paraguay, Australia under 1.5 +133. Both teams to score no, -169. Let's rock, Kevin, and get it done.
Yeah, I really like that both teams to score no within this game. You can kind of tell that this does seem to be a 1-0 maybe written all over it. I'll tell you what, though, Gabe, I got bad news for you. The best team in the world is the United States of America. That's 1-0 already. I went to say, listen, I wanted it. Gabe, I'm
literally logging in. I'm literally logging as we speak. I got football games going on and all this, and they score that quickly. Unreal. Boom. There it is.
But Gabe, you know how sometimes we talk about reading body language? The USA guys before kick looked angry in a good way. Like they had heard everybody say the game doesn't matter. Turkey were the team that was supposed to win this group. They look, honestly, Gabe, as fired up as I've seen them across these 3 matches. They look ready to go, and boy, are they. USA 1, Turkey 0 on the score sheet already.
And it's Freeman. It's Freeman, right?
Was it Freeman? It was quick.
Was it Freeman?
It happened really fast.
Was it just Freeman that just got on the score sheet?
No.
Guys, another.
Trusty.
Okay, my bad. You know what? Yeah, Trusty. All right, dude. 3rd minute in, like every game today has had early goals. I've never seen guys. You'd be killing it. There's so many of these little trends that are killing it with a goal. Normally, it pays plus money type thing. Will there be a goal in the first 20 minutes? That's sort of the standard. In hockey, it's 9.5 minutes. With soccer, it's generally, will there be a goal in the first 1959 or whatnot? So if you're attacking this, Kevin, playing, will there be a goal in the first 5? Will there be a goal in the first 10? You're just raking it in. I can't recall so many just bang early goals. And also, deja vu all over again. What's the total gone to? What's the total gone to?
It's got to be 4.5. It's got to be 4.5. Juiced under.
Wow, it closed.
But, right?
Let's see. So 3.5 +110 to the under, over 3.5 -138.
What is the 3.5?
3.5 total. Over 3.5 -138 to the over, under 3.5 +110 right now. 4.5 under is -225.
I'm kind of fine with where I am, Gabe, but I almost want to go bet over 3.5. I expect goals in this. You expect Turkey to score, don't you?
Well, I kind of did, but sort of, not really. I don't know. I didn't take Turkey to win, guys. I took them +1.5 and +2.5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yes, Kevin, I was kind of thinking USA 2-1. That's where I was going with this. USA 2-1. But at what point does Turkey just like have their souls broken? Yeah, and here come the U.S. again right now.
Gabe, they are having a blast. I'm telling you, man, these guys are fired up. It means, and we talked about it so much with Mexico, Gabe.
What's the over-under until you say, can they beat Spain? It's going to come up. Can they beat Spain? In the quarterfinal?
Can they beat Spain? You mean when? Will they? They should beat Spain. They should be favorites against Spain. I mean, but I just... The one element of this tournament that I know we got right yesterday with Mexico was how much it mattered to be at home. And I'm not going to, Gabe, you weren't alone. You asked me for a scoreline, I would have said 2-2 draw. Right? Now, I am worried the USA are going to put together another. Now, here's the good thing about the US. They haven't played dominant games. They've played dominant halves. So if this is 1-0, 2-0 at the break, like they tend to shut up, shop. But man, they came out fired up, Gabe.
And just, the authority in which they're passing the ball around right now. You can tell they're well coached, they're dialed in, they're locked in, they're having fun. They're playing aggressive soccer, pushing the tempo, pushing the ball when they get the opportunity to. They look like a confident team. And, Canada was unable to deliver. They delivered, they advanced, they finished in the second. You know what I mean? They finished second, they moved on. But to deliver those moments, Kevin, right? Those special moments. Against Bosnia, they came back, but they tied. They didn't win. They delivered a special moment at the match I was at, 6-0. That's inspiring. Oh my God, look how good they are, right? USA just keep on. It's almost like USA, they set up a tent and people were very reluctant to enter the tent before it started, Kevin, right? You weren't alone. You know what I mean? They pitched a USA soccer tent over here. People walking by, yeah, whatever. Yeah, you know what? Maybe later. Let me read the reviews of the circus first, right? It was sort of let's see what happens. And then the first match, the first goal, the second match, the goals, the third now again. They just keep delivering these highlight reel moments for their fans, the stadium, the media that has highlight reels to show and goals to show. With good reason, people should be getting excited right now.
That is,
and it doesn't mean they're winning the World Cup, but it means that the American football and soccer is coming a long way. And what you do, it's all about the future, guys. Like what this team is doing now makes it say, you know what, maybe in 8 years you could win a cup. You know what I'm saying? If we start to get more Freemans and more of these kids, like a couple of more, like, it's like the Seinfeld said, it's like breaking up. You got to like shake the, Coke, you got to shake the machine a couple of times before it's going to rock over. USA are shaking the soccer world right now. And like I said, listen, they haven't beaten an impressive team yet, so that's the whole thing. But people around the world are going to look at it and go, hey, look, they won again. Oh, okay. And whether you believe it or not, and I'm talking about like Euros and South Americans and, people around the world that look down on American soccer, these guys are going to the quarterfinals, guys, and they're going to be one upset win away from the Final Four semifinals. And all the pressure in the world will be on Spain or Portugal in that game because they can't lose to the U.S., right? No, U.S. are playing with house money at that point.
And I would argue to some degree, Gabe, it looked like they entered into this game almost an element of house money, but they've played a very free tournament, I think, for a lot of it. Like, they look like they're trying to play. They're like, I feel like someone showed them a bunch of, 90s Brazil, and they were like, all right, let's just try that occasionally.
That's coaching, Kevin.
Good, you know what I mean? But yes, Gabe, but Pochettino has legitimately become an American legend, which everyone thought he didn't care about the team. That part is crazy.
He gives them a chance, but they've got to keep putting people around him. I think he's a very good quarterback. I don't know that he's the one that elevates you all by himself. I think he still needs the help. Excellent player, perfect guy to lead your organization, perfect place for it. And by the way, I'd start him from day one. I wouldn't waste any time on it. But got to put pieces around him, and John Spytek has already started doing that.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio. Only on SportsGrid.
This is the third time he's been medically checked. Even the refs coming over. He's like, dude, like come on. Like after every sort of play in front of the net, the kind of goal he's done. He's
stop jumping.
He's on the turf, like you said, like he's like driving off the top rope. Look at him here again. I give him credit. He's freaking fearless.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Are you ready for el verano más futbolero de tu vida? Latination Football Club turns into Copa Nation, our live stream experience every day, de lunes a viernes, 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Pacific as well. Checking in after the games. In that slot between games, we got you, my friend. We're going to have celebrities, legends of the game, content creators, and a bunch of our friends that are going to keep you entertained and informed, letting you know what's happening all across the 3 countries that are going to be experiencing this crazy football tournament. Don't miss it. Copa Nation right here on Latin Nation every day. Check it out.
Oh no, Turkey scored. Oh no, I'm so
I got to
upset.
tell you guys, I've never seen Kevin so upset about a team score. Like it's like someone scored on the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Like it's a good thing we weren't here during the commercial. He's dropping F-bombs. He's like, I can't believe this. We don't want to lose the momentum moving forward. Our defense is a problem. And in all honesty, I'll throw him under the bus. Son of a bitch cheered the goal when it happened. And I told him, I said, hey, good thing it happened during the break so you don't need to seem unpatriotic. Hey, he's got the over, all right?
It's true. It's true.
Listen, it was more of a silent, like a little silent, yes, because I saw it before you did, right? Right before, I think?
Yeah,
I said, boy. Oh, boy. And you're like, oh, yeah? And I'm like, oh, boy. And then I just hear a little, yes.
Yeah. You know, the best is, Gabe, my eyes, I have the 2 of them up in front of me. I didn't even dare look at the Australia game. I'm like, there's no way he's talking about that game. There's no way. I'm like, I know it didn't come from that game. So Turkey leveled this thing up, Gabe. Total was 4.5, like minus 110 both ways.
It's weird, though.
Like, right.
It almost should be 5.5 because there was 3.5s out there, minus 175. Like, the sportsbook seems reluctant. The books are reluctant, Kevin. Like, they don't want to make this a track meet, but we're off and running right now. And that was a pretty authoritative goal by Turkey.
Yes.
That might be the goal that wakes them up. It was an authoritative goal. Nice goal, give and take, boom. Like, slammed it into the back of the net, like anger type thing. Turkey could have awoken right now. You know what I'm saying?
And, Gabe, how about this? It's their first shot of the match. So all of that, you know, shots without a goal, obviously it was on target, but the first time they
62 of them.
So shot 63, the magic number for Turkey to get on the board here at World Cup 2026. That is, man, to your point, though, Turkey now have complete control. Did you play the possession number?
No, I finally had enough. I couldn't do it.
Oh, no. Well, now
I don't even want to look. I don't even want to look
at.
I don't want to look and see what it is right now. Let's see. Okay, it's right on the number. So it was 53.5% USA. Listen, if it was 57 or 58, it was a little higher because I don't think USA are going to dominate ball possession. But I've lost by half a percentage, 1.5. Like I keep losing. I've lost more than I've won with these, like really closely. Mm-hmm. And the 53.5 just wasn't enough to intrigue me. Right? So, and look, it's right on the number right now, dude. It's 52-48. And we should know USA have 2 corner kicks already.
Wow.
No cards in this game. And the card thing is going to be a big thing with this, right? Cards. Both earlier games, or like, well, whatever, there's been a bunch of games today, but I should say in the last window, Sweden did go over with the cards in Japan. But Sweden did end up having more cards. But, yeah, it ended up 2-1, which is unfortunate because I did hit it again in game. So I played this one cards, though, under 2.5 pretty good. And so far, so good. Like I said, I don't really think – I think Turkey want to win. Turkey are trying to score goals here. And the USA are trying to stay out of card trouble. So it's still 2.5 in game right now.
Yeah, I told you I played the under in the Australia game just because I think this is going to be, a friendlier type of game. I think part of the way we're described, I don't think it's 0-0 because they're like the two best defenses in the tournament, right? I just think that's just going to kind of be the vibe of what we see here. I do think Australia are up right now on the corner count. Let me just check that quick. It's 2-0. Yeah, I got to tell you, that's it. I don't know if you looked into that at all, Gabe, but in this tournament, right, the Aussies have had 9 corners. They have allowed 15. But Paraguay have had 1 corner and allowed 14. I don't know why they were the favorites in the corner head-to-head. I couldn't figure that out. I took Aussie plus the half corner.
It's a good point that you raised. I think you raised a good point as far as Canada is concerned. We talked about Canada being these corner. I'm telling you what, guys, like slam that on Sunday. Slam it. Canada, or a corner kick spread, like Canada race to 5, etc. But it's almost as if though like teams just willingly give the corner up, knowing that Canada are so bad on the set piece after.
Yeah.
Right. And I sort of see the same thing with Australia a little bit. Like, yeah, they can rack up some corners because teams like, yeah, whatever, dude, just kick it out of bounds. These guys aren't going to do anything with it. It's like some of those average teams rack up the corners. And then really good teams don't get a ton of corners because they score when they have the ball. Like we've seen that with France a lot in this tournament. In 2 matches, Kevin, with France, they haven't racked up shots, bro. It's like, dude, they have 5 shots on goal, but they score 4 times. They don't waste shots. And people think, oh, they're bored or they're not playing well. It's like, no. They're like a venomous snake. They're just sort of lurking, sneaking around, and then boom, right? And by the end of the game, they bite you 3-4 times. That's the way they operate.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a really good – if you're playing Spain, you can't just feed them corners. They're like, that's exactly what they do. That's all they practice, right? Like –
Norway are good at it too, like big dudes. Norway,
because
like Erling Haaland in the box,
right? Like the
6'5".
I mean, I can't wait for that tomorrow. I'll just let people know here. If you're just tuning in tomorrow, Gabe and I are on for France, Norway. With respect to Senegal, Iraq, we're on for France, Norway.
You know what's cool, Kevin? I've been around a while. I don't know, like it's funny. Like during the every day, whatever, like I'm never a network soccer guy. You know what I mean? I'm a degenerate better than bed soccer, but I'm never like the soccer guy. But whenever like the World Cups and these events pop up, like I swear to God, bro, like I was on the air. It was, what was it? The Zidane and Italy, the Maserati.
Oh, sure.
When he called out his sister and stuff. And like, I was on the air for that, doing all the World Cup games on AM radio in those days. And I just think now, I'm like, man, like I've almost been on for like every big France game over the years, Kevin. Like I'm dead serious. I'm like, yeah, I was on for that final. Oh yeah, I was on that. I was on that. I was on there. I was on there. Like, and now another big France game tomorrow, man. The more things change, the more they stay the same. France playing big games in World Cups. That's something that never changes in this world, man.
It's become a regularity.
The last 7 World Cups, they've made the final 4 times.
That's outrageous. So hard to make a final. That's crazy. right, we're back with the guys right here on Sports Grid, and Australia are dominating Paraguay from what I can see. More eyes on the U.S. match, certainly, but I don't feel like I've seen Paraguay with a threatening moment once in this match, Gabe.
They're not a dangerous team, Kevin. We talked about both teams not to score. It was a play that we were looking at. We like the under 1.5. The under's 2.5 here. This is a problem for Paraguay, though. Like a lot of these South American teams, like that's the one thing I do like about Ecuador, in which they are a shutdown defensive side. But you saw, Kevin, like they do have some skill. Like they can put the ball in the net. Paraguay just like don't try to put the ball in the net. Right? It's almost as though like they don't understand it's a two-way game. At times they've been more aggressive offensively, but Australia's work ethic gives teams problems, I think, as the match goes on. Paraguay, they're going to sort of look for their spot on the counter here, Kevin. But Paraguay, I'll take a look at the shots props here right now, but they're not going to get a lot of shots on target, Paraguay. Like, that's why I didn't think there's going to be goals. I don't even how many shots have there been in this game?
Wait, so, yes, Gabe, I wanted to throw this at you.
Because we've been watching the USA. I've been watching the USA.
Over half a goal is minus 215. We've only played 25 minutes.
This is crazy.
We're going to see.
I did get the 1.5 in. Dude, I see 0.5 already. I've never seen 0.5 this early. We're not even at the hydration break, and they're at 0.5. It is plus 160. It is plus 160. Would this shock you if nobody scored? It wouldn't shock me.
It wouldn't. This is where I have
Dude, the draw, Kevin, is plus 100 right now. That's unheard of, too.
That's
the book is basically telling us, no one's scoring.
Guys, I'm seeing tie. I'm seeing 0-0 correct score plus 155.
That's ridiculous. It's 23 minutes in. The books are what they see is that basically Paraguay aren't scoring. They don't even have a shot, Paraguay. They don't even have an attack. Like Paraguay have had the ball on the other side of the midfield twice. Yeah. All right. Australia have had the ball 64% of the time. They've got 3 shots, 1 shot on target, but Paraguay are really hard to score on. So you have one team that's not trying to score and the other team that's going to have a hard time scoring. Paraguay just hopes for like a penalty kick. Like they're hoping for that one. Yeah. That one moment, that one breakdown, that one mistake, that one, foul leads to a free kick, penalty kick, etc. That's how they play.
I'm just saying, though, if we get to the half scoreless and they're giving us even money for a goal in the game, I'm almost going to have no choice but to bet it. Like at that point.
Well, I want to take this right now at plus 160, Kevin. I'm thinking, dude, it's just one ball, one play. Someone's going to score. And get this, bro. It's already moved from plus 162 to plus 137 in the last conversation in the last minute. Gosh. Dude, this is what are they going to do? What are they going to do? They're going to make this plus money to make a goal at the half, Kevin? It's going to be plus money to score a goal in the game.
It is. And at that point, unfortunately, I'm
you don't have a choice out of principle. And just cringe and oh, by the way of cringing, thanks Sweden and Japan for not getting there. I should have bet both teams to score instead of betting the over 2.5. Oh.
That hurt, though. If Japan could have won that game 2-1, that would have been really good for me. That would have helped a lot of things. And, it is what it is. I'll say this, though. Japan didn't deserve to win. Sweden were better than them, I thought.
I agree with you. If there's one, it's funny. It's the takeaway I took from that. I'm like, Japan ain't all that. Everybody likes to hype up teams coming into the tournament and stuff. Like, put it this way: if Ecuador played Japan, I'd take Ecuador. Like Japan, they don't finish. They're almost they're not aggressive enough. Just point blank. They're not. They play too much on the counter.
By the Netherlands to be aggressive, they got forced, and they got out of there with a draw.
And only because the Netherlands made a couple of defensive mistakes that they wouldn't make again.
One thing, though, Gabe, as soon as you say Japan, Ecuador, my mind goes 1-1. I wonder how short the draw prices are going to get now that we're going to get to the knockout stage.
Oh, we're going to see 1.5. It'll be like this one tonight, Kevin. The point blank. Good point. We'll see 2.5s, but minus 250. minus 275. Like, they're going to scare you off point blank. Like, let's look at some of these matchups. All right. Netherlands, Morocco. That's sort of a clash of styles. Portugal, Ghana will just be a low scoring. Ghana shut things down. You see Ivory Coast shut things down. Ivory Coast, Norway, you got a low scoring game. Mexico, Scotland has. Mexico, we talked about. Mexico, Ecuador, 0.5.
Over 2.5 in USA Turkey nearly cashes. Unfortunately, it is called back for offsides as it looked like the United States, once again, by the way, from a corner, were set to make Turkey pay. I believe it would have actually been the second defenseman to score, Mark McKenzie, on a rebound chance. And this is something that the U.S. are clearly focused on and have done a few times in this tournament, is just make noise in the box and be opportunistic. The other day we were here for the USA-Australia match, and oh my goodness, it's flipped the other way. Oh, it's flipped the other way. It's Turkey 2, it's US 1. Wow. Gabe, a crazy 2 minutes
You know what?
where the US went up 2-1. Goal comes off the board, and Turkey then take a 2-1 lead themselves. Huge
what a sequence.
Swing in this match.
What a sequence. And let's see the defensive breakdown here. But I'll tell you what, you don't want to see that if you're the U.S. But at the same point in time, Kevin, what I said after that first Turkish goal, this is the Turkey that people thought we were going to see coming into the tournament.
Yeah.
Look at that. Bang, bang. 3 passes. Boom, boom. That was like a hockey. Defenseman, winger, bam, into the slot. That was some serious precision and technique and vision by the Turks. You know what? I think this is, let me ask you, it's good and bad for the U.S. in a sense, in the way that you don't want to lose the momentum. And, let's say this gets away from them. And Turkey suddenly is up 3-1. It's like, oh, maybe we're not that good. And like, hey, wake up call, everybody. But we're going to see this team face some adversity now. Even though the game doesn't mean anything, that doesn't matter. Of course it means something. You're hosting the World Cup for the second time ever only. You're playing on your home soil. You have 84,000 people in the building. This matters, right? Like the backups, like, we don't care who's on the pitch. So let's see the U.S. This is the first time they face adversity, Kevin, right? It's the first time they're trailed in this tournament.
Yep. Yeah, I think the reality and
you're going to face adversity in the knockout stages, right? I mean, Bosnia are no joke, man. And you move on. These teams are real, guys.
Let's be real. The U.S. have scored within the first 15 minutes of every game they've played in this tournament, which means they've basically led in every game the
Giving
whole
up
way,
2 goals
right?
in the first half is bad, too. This isn't good if you look at the big picture here.
But the thing I will say, Gabe, and here's where I would push back of the backups don't matter. The U.S. are not Spain. The U.S. are not Germany. It does matter if their backups are out there. There's a big drop-off, right? There just is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how France's
let me just say something, Kevin,
second team could, like, win a World Cup?
I see books have gotten confused by the USA-Turkey sequence because everything is suspended right now for me.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, that was, again, Gabe, that's one of the crazier stretches.
It was during the break.
Yeah.
Dude, tonight, seriously, we're doing the whole game, Kevin. We've missed 1 goal. We missed the Turkey goal during the break. We missed a disallowed goal and basically just got back for the Turkey goal. And you know what my deal is, too? Every time and I got a real stream, too, so it's not like a bootleg one. So this is like a good one, official one, etc. But I keep forgetting if I leave the page, bro, it resumes when I go back.
Yeah.
So like I go back to it and it's still rolling, but I got to hit refresh every time. Otherwise, I'm like a couple of seconds behind again. So like that last USA goal, I was like, son of a, like the Turkey goal, I just missed it. Like, wow. Right. Like, cause I got a lot of other games, you know, I'm going back and forth, and I even have this multiplex view, which is pretty cool, but I find it should be bigger. And I'm going to get this multiplex. I want to get both games going on, but there's really not a lot going on in the other game.
Yeah. You're not missing much in Australia, Paraguay. Like,
there's been 1 shot on target through 34 minutes. 0
I'm seeing
cards.
over half a goal minus 140 on one book.
Yeah,
so
I'm glad you brought it. So it's finally, I just see it right now. We're finally into plus money, and we're only in the 34th minute, and you're getting plus 110 to the under right now. So basically by the half, you're going to be getting plus money. Imagine if this is still scoreless midway through the half, Kev. We're going to be getting like plus 200 type thing, plus 250. Will there be a goal? That's when you got to almost pull the trigger. Just like, come on,
100%.
Like somebody rattle one in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How do you not?
Because the thing is, guys, like even if there's no action, it's soccer, football. Somebody can get tripped in the box. Yeah. Like stuff happens. Like, you know what I mean? Stuff happens. All it takes is one little blip. It's like, oh, there's the goal, right? You know?
Maybe Gabe, the last 10 minutes, they go Holloway, Gaethje with it, and they're like, all right, let's now just
that's what I'm saying.
Let's just throw bombs. So,
speaking of which,
Turkey, by the way, flipped to the minus favorites off the goal. I was a little surprised by that. Minus 130. That's a little, not that they shouldn't be favorites, but it's a free-flowing game that the U.S. were the favorites in, right? Pre-match. Like, the U.S. to get the win here is 3-1. I just thought Turkey would be a little bit shorter. I know we're deeper into this match than it probably seems, but I think that's interesting. Like I said, guys, going into the game, I thought it would be 2-2. You know, it's funny now, all of a sudden, like I used the USA 1.5 and some parlays with Turkey 1.5, but it was really, I didn't like the USA price as much, but I was like, whatever, I'm just kind of doing it. I'm looking for goals in the game type of thing. It is what it is. Hopefully the U.S. can score again, and I kind of think they will. I actually wouldn't now be surprised if Pulisic does come on in the second
What
half.
about a draw here then? I would get him out there, Kevin, and not out of desperation for this game, but just to sort of get a little fitness going for the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he practices, you scrimmage, but you can't replicate live in-game action. Point blank.
And also,
you can't replicate it.
5 minutes. Like,
how many? And thank you.
He doesn't have an assist.
You brought it up. You and I talked about it. He didn't play in the lead up. He didn't play in the friendlies. He didn't play this. He didn't play that. Like, he really hasn't been part of the team, if you want to be honest.
Yeah.
In the same way Alphonso Davies hasn't been with Canada. He hasn't played. Right. And it's funny because Alphonso Davies is the one that does all the TV commercials, right? He's the one that sells all the jerseys, and he hasn't played.
Yeah. And but let's make this point, Gabe, right? I think you would, even if Alphonso Davies is better than Christian Pulisic, as a defenseman, it's people look at Pulisic as the guy who's supposed to provide answers, goals, assists, chances, moments, right? Like that's who's like supposed to win matches for the U.S.
But think about how good they could be if he was there, along with all this youth movement and these guys that you've got flying around right now.
Exactly.
Right? That's where the potential is there. But Kevin, I don't care what sport it is. It's not easy just to step in, right? And we talk about Alphonso Davies, a little bit different. He's more of a defender. He can ease into this thing a little bit. You're Pulisic, man. You're in a different situation. They're going to put you on the pitch. You're supposed to score, right? You're the number 10. You're the guy. You score.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like point blank. It's like we're going to expect you to finish, and we've been finishing without you. So is it going to change with you? That's what I'm saying. Just for me, I'd like to get him on the pitch, Kevin, just to sort of like in the same way I would have liked to get Alfonso on the pitch, right, in the last game. But they basically was all a decoy. They basically, Mar said, I told you guys 2 weeks. I told you guys knockout stage. Now, like, wink, wink, he's going to play on Sunday. But he's not even going to start on Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
That's a shame. It'd be nice if he started. But it could be big
momentum.
I
hope.
But
interesting, they're playing at SoFi, same stadium USA are playing in tonight. That's where the Canada South Africa.
I wonder what Pulisic for a goal or an assist would be if he does sub on. Like what kind of price we could look at. 65th, 70th minute type of deal. Because I don't think he's going to come on and not be aggressive, especially if they're trailing. Like he's going to come on and try and change the result. You know, if it's tied, he's going to look for the win. If they're trailing, he's going to look for the draw. I think that's just something to kind of put in our back pocket here. So we'll see how it goes. But we're about 40 minutes in to these two matches.
I want to find a number.
We're going to get
we're coming against the break
here on In-Game Live. Yeah. Walsh and Gabriel. In-game live here on SportsGrid. Kevin Walsh, Gabriel Morency, Turkey 2, USA 1. Nothing doing in Australia, Paraguay. We are at minus 124 for a goal in the game. Minus 124.
Remember I said it. We talked about this from the start today when Twitch I said, I'm putting another book. I said I'm putting Paraguay and Australia under in every parlay. If you recall earlier today, Kevin. Like I literally have like 8 of them. And then even then I realized coming into the match, I'm like, you know what? I gotta bet under 1.5 at plus money as well.
Yeah.
Should have taken that scoreless draw at the time because now there's no value with it. I mean, I've never seen anything like this actually.
It's like
it's not out of greatness.
Minus favorite.
It's like an ultimate disrespect to these teams, Kevin. Like in a way. Yeah. Like the computer and the algorithm is saying you guys are so bad. Mm-hmm. I don't think you can score in 75 minutes, either one of you.
It's similar, Gabe, to what people think the Algeria-Austria match is going to be, right? Of everybody just being like, nah, you take it. Nah,
yeah. It should be. Yeah.
Like, you know,
what is the total there? What is the price on that? Yeah,
that's tomorrow, right?
I was just sorry. I want to see. All right, I don't have a Pulisic prop on this one. Do you have a Pulisic number?
No, I think they'll post it if he subs in. I don't think there'll be any prop on him before that. That's at least my thought.
You know, I did hit a bet the other day, and it was the first time it happened to me in the tournament, which I bet a dude, I forget what team it was. I think it was Algeria. It was Algeria, Jordan. I bet the Algerian striker to score a goal, and he got pulled in like the 70th minute or whatever. But the dude that came in for him scored right away, and I got paid for it. Like,
okay, that's cool.
A lot of books are doing that in the World Cup. Sub in.
That. Yep.
Yeah, the sub in, you get paid. So it actually worked for me, Kevin. I was happy. It's funny because I forgot about it. And I didn't even realize I was mad when the guy left. I was like, son of a bitch, he's out of the game. And the guy scored, and I looked at my account. I'm like, I got paid, huh? And then it said, special sub in promo or whatever. I was like, oh, cool. You know?
But that is funny. You talked about this, I think, Gabe, maybe on like the first or second day of the tournament, of like people tweeting at you like, wait, what's going on? Like, where's my guy? Like, why is he? What do you mean he's subbed out? What do you mean he's subbed out? There's 30 minutes left. He can't sub out. Like, yeah, he can. Actually, like he's
I told a story of a guy watching my show. I was doing the Canada game, and Jonathan promised David just missed late, Kevin. And he goes, I really need Jonathan David to score here. And I said, I hate to break your heart, but that's not. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, it's another David, bro. Like they both Canada have different Davids on their team. Promise David and Jonathan David.
Both really
at least
good,
Promise David has promise on the back of his jersey, who he should play, Kevin. When Canada was down 1-0 to Bosnia, he came in. He was the one to set up the Laren goal right away. Happened right away when he stepped on the pitch.
He should start
against Switzerland the other night. Yeah, the problem is Jonathan David, like 80% of his goals in his international career have come with Laren. You take Laren away from Jonathan David it struggles. Laren didn't start the first game. Struggled, right? Yeah. Second game, got him in there, right? Like, scored a hat trick. Mm-hmm. So, and I also think they don't have the full, because one thing with Jonathan David, he is a two-way player. He does the little things. He cuts back on defense. He's a good passer. He's like a team leader. Yeah. They like him on the pitch. But to me, I'm with you. I mean, Promise David is so good, bro. You see it. You saw that finish. You see his speed. Against South Africa, if he plays a full half, Kevin, 45 minutes, I swear he'll score 2 goals, Promise David. Just even in 45 minutes.
When they played Bosnia, the first thing I said, and I still managed to lose all the money by betting under, was if Canada changed their starting 11, they're going to light up Qatar. The first thing I said watching them play Bosnia. Now, they didn't put Promise David in, but they put Ali Ahmed in. They put Lauren in. Like, they made major changes after their first match. Obviously, it worked out for them, right? Like, they scored 6 goals. Like, it'll be... Like, it's very likely the highest scoring performance Canada will have in the history of their men's national team at the World Cup happened against Qatar, you know?
And I was there of all games. And you know what's pretty cool, actually? Yeah, you know what's pretty cool is I didn't, wouldn't realize this. And think about this. is now Turkey with the corner here and Turkey pressing. That USA or Mexico or any other CONCACAF team has never scored 5 or more goals in a World Cup game before. Canada hung 6, so we got something to hang our hat on.
It's hard to do.
In a World Cup game. And look, besides Germany hanging 7, second highest scoring team game, you know what I mean? And no, that's a moment. Like I said, providing moments for your fans, inspiring kids in the stadium to want to, take it to the next level. The U.S. have done that. Canada did that in Vancouver. They could still inspire people by moving on. Doesn't have to be on Canadian soil, right? For people to watch the games and get fired up for this. And the U.S. too. But let me ask you, the bandwagon empty if the U.S. lose this game, or is it, the game didn't matter?
It's weird because I don't know.
It kind of does matter, though. That's the whole thing. It does matter, Because you're not good enough to turn it on and off, Kevin. You and I talked about it. You can't say, it doesn't matter to us, and now we're going to be good in the next game. You want to kind of keep it going.
You know what?
Jürgen Klinsmann. Jürgen Klinsmann.
Of course. But when they play Bosnia, everyone will be into it, and as long as they beat Bosnia, everyone will be ready to go kind of thing, right?
Yeah, but Bosnia are going to be into it, too.
No, of course. No, of course. But, when you say, in a way, Gabe, right? We didn't really talk about this.
I'm sorry. Yeah, about the bandwagon. I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
But in a way, too, right, Gabe? Why is this game on at 10 p.m.? Honestly, why is this game on at 10 p.m.? That's kind of crazy when you think about it. The start times for the U.S. games have been kind of weird. The first game was normal. They played a 3 p.m. game on a Tuesday for some reason. And then a 10 at night? We don't start NBA Finals games at 10 at night if the Lakers are in the finals. You just don't do that.
Look at Canada, dude. They got a home game at noon. Local time. Noon local, which is not ideal on a weekday. So the nighttime, they mix it up. Terrible. Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. all kind of had a day game, night game type thing, weird one. Yeah. Look, the one in Vancouver that Canada isn't playing in next week with Switzerland and Belgium, whoever it ends up being, is 11 o'clock Eastern. It's 8 o'clock local time. But you know what I don't understand about that one is, Kevin, is all right, but Switzerland and Belgium, these guys, that's 4 in the morning in Europe. That's not a good time for anybody.
Way off.
It doesn't make sense.
Are you ready for el verano más futbolero de tu vida? Latination Football Club turns into Copa Nation, our live stream experience every day de lunes a viernes, 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Pacific as well. Checking in after the games. In that slot between games, we got you, my friend. We're going to have celebrities, legends of the game, content creators, and a bunch of our friends that are going to keep you entertained and informed, letting you know what's happening all across the 3 countries that are going to be experiencing this crazy football tournament. Don't miss it. Copa Nation right here on Latin Nation every day. Check it out.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
Their pitching has been really good in their bullpen too. So Chris Getz, their general manager, credit to him. This guy was getting pounded a couple of years ago for decisions and everything like that, but man, it is seemingly working out. The fans, by the way, all of a sudden are pouring in there. Their attendance is on the rise too. So a great sign that the White Sox are in this thing. Now, long term, I don't know. Is this a postseason team? Is it a deep postseason team?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
So incredibly, despite the fact that one of these games is the United States of America, the interesting game is Australia-Paraguay, and there's just no other two ways around it.
Second half, it's going to be like a bad movie that we can't look away from. Like, I've been focused on, I don't take it, the USA game. We're here for Team USA tonight. We're covering the game. Yeah. It's not a must-win game, so me and Kevin don't have that same passion and fire that would be like, oh, my God, and all that type of stuff. But, like, it is what it is. But you're right. And I have so much money on the Paraguay-Australia game. I haven't really watched it too much, Kevin. But it's just so weird and so bad that, like, we need to watch it out of the weirdness as it goes on. And now, from a betting perspective, dude, they're dangling all kinds of crazy numbers at us.
Like,
so,
for this game,
plus 100 to score a goal. Like, plus 100 to score a goal.
We have seen these.
Is anyone going to score?
Can I? Here is the problem that I know we are both going through. Neither one of us are surprised, right? Like, there are games that have been scoreless where we're like, that'll open up, right? Like, this is a game that we're like, yep, that makes sense. Of course, but Paraguay
have one shot, 0 shots on goal. So they've kicked the ball at the net the direction once. Australia actually have 3 shots on target. You brought it up earlier. Australia, time of possession, Kevin, 63-37%. 63% dangerous attacks, 27-6 for Australia. Attacks. And dangerous attacks and attacks are a little bit, it's a little loose. Dangerous attack means you have the ball around the box in the box area. Like, right? Attack means you were on the other side of the pitch. But the numbers speak for themselves. Like, attacks, 59-37. Dangerous attacks. So, Australia's been buzzing around 27-6 times. Possession, 63-7. But I still get the feeling that Paraguay are going to find a way to score and win 1-0. It's just my gut.
But remember how at the half against USA Australia, we were like the US.
Sorry, Kevin. Sorry. What do they need? Let's just recap this. What do they both need here? Let's just clarify this.
So a draw gets both teams through, and
so that's
Australia
even more enticing.
And Paraguay. Now, if Paraguay win, we think Australia will be fine because their goal differential will be -1. If Australia were to win, Paraguay would go to -3 and all of a sudden might be in a bit of trouble because then you're looking at, the South Koreas, the Scotland.
Paraguay would like to win. Paraguay would like to get a goal here. They're going to sleep better with a goal. Let's call it out for what it is.
But they sleep just as well with a draw, I think.
Well, these guys sleep pretty well with one shot on goal, Kevin. So I don't know about a goal. These guys are pretty complacent as it is. I just love their box score. I love their box score. 0 cards, 0 corners, 1 shot. Like, you and I could, produce this. It's like 0, 0, 0, 1. Like, we get nothing. But they're stopping them, at least.
Money in this game, I'm not doing it. I'm not throwing it away on there should be a goal. I can't.
Okay, let me just throw some shot props at you here. Let me throw some shot props at you. Match shots, 16.5. We're at 7. So is there going to be 10?
They have 1 shot.
Shots on target. Team shots on target. Paraguay. 1.5. Plus 100 to the over. That's bold. You're right. Like, I give me a 0.5 and maybe I'll bite. I can't get 2 shots on target. You're asking a lot. And Australia, the prop is 4.5 shots on target. They're at 3 right now. Are they going to get 2 more?
Now, hold on. Here we go. So Australia, Gabe, with 6 shots in the first half,
and 3 corners.
They need 11 shots. That's 5 shots, 10.5. Why? And if Paraguay, by some miracle, did score, Australia would zoom 1,000 shots at them.
I got to be honest, nothing's jumping off the screen to me. This game is just so, like, you know what I mean? I'm going to sit on that one. Let's take a look at the U.S. Numbers here. The U.S. halftime props here.
We have the break not too far away, so we can also
so other side, yeah.
We'll reset them. But now I'm staring at the Australia team shots. They got to stay.
I think it goes over. I think they're going to get 2 more, personally. I think they do get 2 more.
There's some good. No. Oh, there's some good Australia options.
I see a good turkey
Australia
one.
have been, oh, no. Oh, no.
Are you ready for el verano más futbolero de tu vida? Latination Football Club turns into Copa Nation, our live stream experience every day de lunes a viernes, 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Pacific as well. Checking in after the games. In that slot between games, we got you, my friend. We're going to have celebrities, legends of the game, content creators, and a bunch of our friends that are going to keep you entertained and informed, letting you know what's happening all across the 3 countries that are going to be experiencing this crazy football tournament. Don't miss it. Copa Nation right here on Latin Nation every day. Check it out.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
Their pitching has been really good in their bullpen too. So Chris Getz, their general manager, credit to him. This guy was getting pounded a couple of years ago for decisions and everything like that, but man, it is seemingly working out. The fans, by the way, all of a sudden are pouring in there. Their attendance is on the rise too. So a great sign that the White Sox are in this thing. Now, long term, I don't know. Like, is this a postseason team? Is it a deep postseason team?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, guys, back right here on SportsGrid. Kevin Walsh, Gabriel Morency, live with you for U.S. and Turkey here at World Cup 2026. We are following Paraguay versus Australia as well. And Gabe, you said that there is a Turkey prop catching your eye. They lead this game 2-1. What are you interested in here?
You know, I'm a sucker, Kevin, for these halftime shots on target props. So let's go over some of the numbers here for Turkey and the USA. And you know what? Maybe you said it earlier, and it's true. Sometimes the best bet is a bet not made. And I didn't make the bet with the time of possession prop. USA 58% of the time, Turkey 42% of the time. There's been shots in this game. And you know what? Don't forget, we did bet the over 26.5 pre-flop, right? So USA have 8 shots. 4 shots on target, 8 shots overall. Turkey have 4 shots, 2 shots on target. Both their shots on target have been goals. USA with that 1 yellow card. A lot of corner kicks in this game. USA 5 corner kicks. Turkey 2 corner kicks. So we're up to 7. And USA are going to press, guys. USA aren't going to want to lose this game. Even a draw would be a nice result. Well, you don't want your fans walking out of the stadium disappointed. You want to keep the momentum going here tonight. Corner spread right now is USA minus, it's minus 5.5. But they're already up by 3 right now. So they basically just need to out-corner them by 3 in the second. Overall corners is up to 12.5, but Turkey aren't a big corner team, guys. So I think USA actually out-corner them. But as far as the shots are concerned, Kevin, Turkey have 2 shots on target. The target right now is 3.5. Minus 175 to the over. Under 3.5 plus 125. I do believe that Turkey they're going to have fun, guys. Like they're eliminated, right? I think they're going to keep pressing. They're going to want to score more goals here. So I think they probably do get a couple of more shots on target. And as far as the USA is concerned, they're down. And their shot prop right now is 6.5. They're at 4, so we need 3 shots in the second half. Which one do you like better? I'd be surprised if the U.S. can't get 3 shots on target in the second half here. They're going to have to raise it up a notch.
I agree. I think the U.S. are going to really start to bomb it away here. I don't think they have, like you said, much of a choice because also they don't have anything to lose. I understand it would be embarrassing if they lost 3-1, 4-1, but it doesn't really, I don't know, they're going to shoot the ball, So to some degree, I'm almost, I'm looking at the regular shots like we've talked about so many times, Gabe, as a legitimate option here. The other thing, though, I'm putting in,
guys. I like the corners with the USA, but I'm putting the USA in right now. This is like the shot. I'm just clicking it right now. USA over 6.5 shots on target.
So I wanted to throw this at you. Again, this is really your market. I've done it in a USA game before. I'm trying to figure this out, Gabe, but could this end up being a cards fest as the game goes on? There's already a card on the board. And now I do think Turkey are going to be pretty prideful in attempting to make sure they come away with a win. It's right there for them. Again, doesn't matter to them, right? As long as it's not a red card, you can get 100 cards. It doesn't matter. Your tournament's over. U.S. are a chippy team. The U.S. is missing half their starting guys because they have yellows, and Pochettino's scared to play them, right? Like, there were guys playing for Germany on yellows because they're like, I trust you. They don't trust anybody on the U.S. So there's no one out there really on yellows. That's what I was going to bring up earlier. I'm thinking about the
Jürgen Klinsmann, the former German manager, and U.S. actually, basically talked about that. He said it's absurd to rest guys because they have one card. Like he basically said, he goes, you lose your momentum, you're going to take guys out because they have one card. And he said, they're professionals. You trust your players like to know how to handle themselves with a yellow card. Right. And kind of has a point. Like I said, there's a momentum breaker, Kevin, going on here right now. We'll see what happens, with this game going on. But now guys aren't playing. Now suddenly next time they're on the pitch, it's in a must-win situation. This can change in a hurry, man. It's easy to say now. I thought he overreacted personally. I'd be like, listen, you guys are playing. I want to keep you fit here. I want to keep the momentum going. I don't want to lose this game. But don't do anything stupid. Like, it's not hard not to get a yellow card, Kevin. Don't tackle someone. Don't kick someone with your cleats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like basketball, playing with fouls. It's like leaving a guy in with fouls. Like, you trust the guy or you don't,
Right. And I think here's the interesting thing, though, Gabe. He doesn't trust him. Like, that is the reality of it. Like, he doesn't trust them. Can I just quickly, though, Gabe, what are you getting from a live cards prop? Because I'm just seeing a way different price from book to book. I'm seeing one book 2.5 minus 140 and another one minus 240. So I'm a little thrown off.
I'm scared because I've got 2.5, obviously under 2.5. We talked about this a lot. I really did. It's disappointed at the U.S. Like, I thought maybe Turkey would get a cheap one along the way. Like, really, U.S.? You guys aren't learning your lesson here with this stuff? Like, really? That sucks. I see a 2.5, Kevin, but over minus 188, which that's why I'm like, oh, God. So they think what you think, that there could be a couple of more cards coming here. And honestly, guys, as someone that's bet cards in every game, the cards come, guys, generally in like the 70th, 80th. Like, tempers start to flare, emotions start to run higher. Referee is sort of like, referee's a human too, right, with the players. Going up and down. These guys run like, 12 miles a day in these games. They're going up and down. The ref's getting pissed off and tired of getting yelled at by everybody. And, like, cards start to come out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like we talked about earlier, man, who knows if someone on Turkey doesn't care, like Kevin said, on the way out, right? And so, I don't really like these guys. Like, I'm going to take this guy out. You never know.
That's kind of my thing. No, but I think that's...
But Turkey are so focused on winning, Kevin. Like, that's why I knew that, too. But they can't worry about shenanigans and winning the barroom fight now. They got to win the damn game. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. My point is, if it was tied, I wouldn't be looking to do this. If the USA was winning, I wouldn't be looking to do this.
If the USA was winning, I'd slam the overcards. There'd be a million of them. Yeah.
Oh, see, I go the other way. To me, Gabe, Turkey are going to be defending the whole time. So I think that puts them in a position to foul more.
To me, it's more
That's
the
how I'm seeing it.
emotion of the if the U.S. was up, that Turkey would be completely humiliated, victorious, and on no wins in the tournament, and then sort of like a hockey team, and things aren't going well in the playoffs at the end of a series. What do? Right? You start punching people. And in soccer, you don't punch people. In soccer, you don't punch people, but you start sort of, the cleats start getting up a little bit, right, with the challenges. You know what I'm saying? Like, F you, especially if you're getting routed and you're losing. Like, but this is, to me, I'm a confident, you know me, man. I clicked the under 3.5 when we had that USA yellow card. I'm going to stand my ground, Kevin, and say under 2.5 cards plus 137.
All right. So
I say the cards don't open up here.
All right. I'm thinking they do open up here. We're going to continue to follow, of course, both of these games. It looks like they're both getting back underway as well. So we've got ourselves. I'll tell you the one thing, though, Gabe, just quickly, and because I know you don't mind a good piece of value. The FanDuel here has minus 130 on the cards to the 2.5. So way different, though, than a lot of these other books, which is tempting.
Interesting. Yeah.
Gotta say, that is pretty tempting to be able
minus
to get
minus 130,
like
really?
that.
Yeah, I'm seeing a minus 188. Yeah. And I'm looking at a very sharp soccer book, too, for the record. So, you're getting that's a value bet there.
Yeah, which I think then becomes kind of worth it in that way, where I know I'm getting a good number, and it was already a look. So it was a look for me, and it's a good number. At that point, I kind of have, see, now it's moving around a bunch. Oh, come on. See, now I'm going to get annoyed. I don't like when things start moving. I don't like, you know what I mean? I get bothered quick. All right, so we're following these two games here. Like, how quickly, Gabe, do we get to 2-1 for there to be a goal in this Australia match?
Well, I was just going to say the second half has started. Oh, and we got action in it. Australia with the yellow card right off the top.
Oh, no. I'm on the undercards in that match.
Yeah, well, now you got my interest in in-game cards on this one. Oh, when we come back. I want to take a look at this now. Here comes Paraguay.
Are you ready for el verano más futbolero de tu vida? Latination Football Club turns into Copa Nation, our live stream experience every day, de lunes a viernes, 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Pacific as well. Checking in after the games. In that slot between games, we got you, my friend. We're going to have celebrities, legends of the game, content creators, and a bunch of our friends that are going to keep you entertained and informed, letting you know what's happening all across the 3 countries that are going to be experiencing this crazy football tournament. Don't miss it. Copa Nation right here on Latin Nation every day. Check it out.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
Their pitching has been really good in their bullpen, too. So Chris Getz, their general manager, credit to him. This guy was getting pounded a couple of years ago for decisions and everything like that, but man, it is seemingly working out. The fans, by the way, all of a sudden are pouring in there. Their attendance is on the rise too. So a great sign that the White Sox are in this thing. Now, long term, I don't know. Like, is this a postseason team? Is it a deep postseason team?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Guys, guys, it is in-game live on SportsGrid. The USA have evened it up here.
Every break, we're getting screwed in this game.
Berhalter. Yeah, I know.
I swear to God, when Kevin was talking about Pulisic and I was looking for his number, I saw Berhalter there, and I was like, I got to get back to that. And I was like, you know what? And then I got to be honest, though. Speaking to myself at the split second, Kevin, I was like, my boy Berhalter, man, he has a cannon. And then I was like, yeah, but this ain't the Whitecaps in MLS. This is a U.S. team. Is he really going to score here for them? And he just did it with a cannon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's not asked to score here. It's a little different. Like, he's one of the stars. You know what I mean? It's just different, different pedigree. But Berhalter comes through. And I got to tell you, man, so Greg Berhalter, of course, is his father. Obviously very controversial. But his son's a great player, man. He's on the Whitecaps. He's gotten so much better, too. Like, he was never a star. Like, he's really worked his ass off, Kevin, to get this good. And he's so good, there's a lot of international transfer news now and stuff that he will not be on the Whitecaps for much longer.
Which I think the MLS is still set up where it's frustrating, but you're almost like, you know what, cool, right? And you kind of follow the guy's journey. But tell you what, if you're a long fan, and I'm sure many of you are, of Sports Rage, you'll be familiar with the name Big Card Julio. And as someone who fits that description in myself, it's nice to put a face to the name Big Card Julio, who joins us right now here on In Game Live. Julio, man, we appreciate you making some time late night here. Give me an idea what action you have out right now with not only USA, Turkey, but Australia, Paraguay as well.
I don't want to kick myself yet, but a rocking chair under 2.5 goals in this Australia-Paraguay match. So fingers crossed. I had both teams to score, USA, Turkey. So that's doing well. Kind of taking it easy the rest of the way tonight, gentlemen. So a light card for me, but I've got some my cards filling up for the rest of the weekend with the World Cup action.
Remember at the half, we did just give USA over 6.5 shots on target. That was a shot on target, Kevin, with the goal right there.
Yeah,
so up to 5. Can we get 2 more? We'll see if things open up a little bit here. But, Julio, listen, I was all over the under 2.5 today. But, listen, it was minus 300, so we can't give out medals for that. I was putting in parlays. I decided to bet the under 1.5 in this game as well with the Paraguay-Australia match as well. I have Paraguay plus half a goal in a parlay as two. So I'm not going to be too upset if things end the way they do. But you notice, Julio and Kevin, I'll throw it to you, Kevin, and Julio, you can jump in on it. But you brought it up, Kevin, and it's true. God, they don't want to do it. It's funny. Eh? They literally like opened up the door at plus 100, and they're not moving it. Like it's plus 110 right now, and they're like, they're almost fearful. They know. They're like, guys, we're going to post a plus 175. Everybody's going to hit it. And then, of course, there's going to be the most ridiculously stupid fluke goal ever that happens. They've been stuck at plus 100, plus 110, Kevin, for the last 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm sure that they've got a lot of people like yourself and Julio who've played this game 2.5, 1.5, and obviously that's already kind of put them up against it here. But Julio, you said the card's starting to fill up for this weekend, so take me to tomorrow. What have you already played here?
Take myself off mute there for tomorrow. I love Norway, Gabe. You know me. I love Erling Haaland. I'm very high on these Norwegians. I have them right now as a tournament winner, plus 2,800. Shop around. I wish I got plus 410 from what I'm seeing on your screen, but I have the Norwegians plus 380 to roll the dice, go all in, and beat Le Bleu tomorrow at 2 o'clock on Fox. Should be a good matchup. Uruguay, plus 575. I'm going with the dogs. Uruguay has been one of my more disappointing teams thus far in this World Cup. Shop around for the best price, but I think Uruguay, if they want to make sure they advance to the next round, maybe avoid Argentina. As it stands, it could be Uruguay-Argentina in the opening knockout stages. So I'll take Uruguay on the Asian handicap at plus a half goal and plus 575 on the money line tomorrow.
And Mbappe, Erling Haaland parlay, guys, to both score. So not 2. We can get into the 2 if we want here, but just Mbappe to score a goal and Erling Haaland to score a goal. Plus 333. It's not bad.
I like it. Not bad. I've got Erling Haaland.
Everyone's going to play it, Kevin, but everyone's going to win again.
I
let's
didn't say don't play it. I
know. I'm just saying it's plus 3-3. You know, it's pretty good odds for two like elite guys. Okay, I want to see to score. I want to see to score. Two or more here. Let's see what this pays here. Let me get this up and running.
Well, Gabe puts that in. I do also. Go ahead, Gabe, if you got the price.
Yeah, no, I was going to say another big one tomorrow. They're all big tomorrow, actually. Like Cabo Verde and Saudi Arabia is a big game. Not as sexy and stuff, but it's games like that, Julio, are the ones that deliver the most emotion, actually, because it means so much to their countries. Like Cabo Verde qualifying is unheard of. Like, think about that.
No, without a doubt. I'm going to take first half draw in Saudi Arabia and Cape Verde tomorrow. I think that at least that first 45 minutes is going to be very, very cagey. Plus 185 for under a half a goal first half in that Saudi Arabia match. And I've got 40-1 on that parlay, Gabe and Kevin, for two or more goals for Mbappe and Erling Haaland. At least at my book, 40-1.
Okay. You got a better number. I'm seeing it right now too. 33-1. Still good either way. I mean, do you really think it happens though, Kevin? Are we really going to get it keeps happening. I mean, these stars, it's like, are they going to score? And it's almost like, I keep hitting guys and I almost feel like a loser. And it's taken my joy away because I keep hitting the parlay with all these stars to score one goal and I don't do the multi-goals and I see everybody else winning $18,000 on $200 bets and stuff. Yeah. I'm like, oh God, why didn't I do it? So tomorrow, Mbappe. And you know what? We got to throw Yamal into this party, actually. He's playing tomorrow, too.
No.
Oh, yeah, Kevin.
Oh, God. This
guy. we got to throw Yamal into this.
The best is, and Julio, we appreciate the time. The amount of times I've heard Gabe like, Yamal's not healthy, and then he just keeps betting Yamal to score. And it's one, obviously, too. Julio,
well, he really wanted to get you played. Thanks, Julio.
Are you ready for el verano más futbolero de tu vida? Latin Nation Football Club turns into Copa Nation, our live stream experience every day, de lunes a viernes, 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Pacific as well. Checking in after the games. In that slot between games, we got you, my friend. We're going to have celebrities, legends of the game, content creators, and a bunch of our friends that are going to keep you entertained and informed, letting you know what's happening all across the 3 countries that are going to be experiencing this crazy, crazy football tournament. Don't miss it. Copa Nation right here on Latin Nation every day. Check it out.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
Their pitching has been really good in their bullpen, too. So Chris Getz, their general manager, credit to him. This guy was getting pounded a couple of years ago for decisions and everything like that, but man, it is seemingly working out. The fans, by the way, all of a sudden are pouring in there. Their attendance is on the rise too. So a great sign that the White Sox are in this thing. Now, long term, I don't know. Like, is this a postseason team? Is it a deep postseason team?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, guys, back right here on Sports Grid. Christian Pulisic is subbed on for the United States. Just got himself a touch in the box, not able to do enough with it. They closed down quickly. I'm not sure if it's going to be a corner or a goal kick, but they moved a lot. It looks like that ball is onside as well. Incredible here. And, man, just things have really now, and it's a corner, Gabe, the atmosphere is bigger. And it's very cool. It's very cool that the United States have a guy like this. I got to be honest with you. Like, you're going to feel this when Davies checks on. And I'm not comparing the talent level, right? But and not even the reaction. But when Neymar came on for Brazil, one of my favorite moments of the tournament so far, honestly. You're going to see how much it means to him, how much it means to the fans.
No, you imagine if he comes on and scores.
Just a lot of excitement, Gabe. Yeah.
Like, people are wearing his jersey in the stands. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids, like, you know, for him, people want to see him. And if you do, like we talk about those magic moments, him scoring a magic moment goal to give, USA a 3-2 win here would just be epic. It didn't matter. The game didn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. People won't remember that after. They in a big picture, like, it'll be part of the tapestry, that moment of him in the air celebrating the goal and stuff. We'll see if he's able to deliver. But with all that being stated, we keep grinding, man. And anyone that said that this is a marathon and not a sprint, they were lying, Kevin. This thing's a triathlon. It ain't a marathon. But I'm going under 5.5. We just keep clicking. We're here.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we're here. We just keep clicking. Let's go. Under 5.5 goals, USA and Turkey. It is minus. It keeps going up as I talk about it. So let me shut up and put it in. But yeah, I'm going under 5.5. I don't think we get to 6.
I don't either, for what it's worth. That would surprise me. Boy, oh boy, I'm gonna have to get in on some live USA action here. Pulisic with a shot. I don't know how they'll grade it, honestly. I don't know if it was a pass. I think it was a shot. It's going to be a save. But
yeah, we got credit for it. Shot on target. Boom, 6.
Yeah,
we need one more. Game. There we go. USA are looking for the win. Kevin, they're plus 105 right now to US. Is this a tie in the middle? We already got Turkey plus 1.5 and 2.5. Jump in on USA right now. Feels like they're buzzing around. They want that. They want to take the lead. They want the moment at home.
Yeah, they do. They clearly do. But that's, Gabe, why I'm looking at their shots now. And I'm pretty interested. But the numbers are moving quickly. And I'm missing out on numbers. And it's a little tough. I'm going to have to get to a hydration break here. We talk about it. But Gabe saw the other day.
It's tough. We're here. I know. Okay, me and Kevin tried to get bets in, and they moved too fast.
Losing my mind. Yeah, there was one game, I don't remember, but I was going insane. I was not doing a good job hosting the show. I was just staring at DraftKings for like 25 minutes. And it could, but I'll tell you what, it worked out. I was gonna bet a cards thing. I didn't bet it. I didn't get it in. USA scored too quickly, and I kind of changed the tone of the game. Now I may, 70th minute, like take a look here, but I don't know if I like it as much. We're in a weird spot now. Like the tone of this game is very different, and this will be. I think you would agree, Gabe. This would be it's off the woodwork.
I was just going to say, Kevin, the ball is bouncing around. I thought that was going in.
But also, this thing's a magnet to Christian Pulisic right now. They're feeding him like he's Vinny Jr. They're like,
they want that moment. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
As they say in soccer, they're playing through him. They're funneling it to him. You know what I mean? They're playing through him. Like, they want to get him the goal, you see.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
And they nearly did.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. The best is
it was off the cross. It was off the goalpost. Like you said, it was off the goalpost.
Oh, boy. Wow.
Turkish keeper went down hard on his shoulder.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's down and out. That's going to be a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
at least we're still at one card.
Australia, Paraguay. I mean, is this even a real game? I mean, honestly, has anybody shot the ball?
You know what you'll like to? This is cool.
There?
Doesn't help our show here, but I have the service for the World Cup, so I can watch on my phone and any device, and it's cool because I don't want to miss anything. So in case I'm out, whatever, like I'm locked in all the time. But they have a multiplex view too. You can watch six screens at once if you want. like on it's sort of like the NFL Red Zone. But this is a cool feature, Kevin. Last night I was checking it out. They give you every language of like the local feed.
Oh,
so like I
cool.
was watching the German game in German earlier today. Yeah, they got the Turkish and Turkish here, right? Yeah, they got like each. It's pretty cool, like little addition.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break right here. We've got a couple of draws on our hands. We'll be right back.
Cool.
Are you ready for el verano más futbolero de tu vida? Latination Football Club turns into Copa Nation, our live stream experience every day de lunes a viernes, 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Pacific as well. Checking in after the games. In that slot between games, we got you, my friend. We're going to have celebrities, legends of the game, content creators, and a bunch of our friends that are going to keep you entertained and informed, letting you know what's happening all across the 3 countries that are going to be experiencing this crazy, crazy football tournament. Don't miss it. Copa Nation right here on Latin Nation every day. Check it out.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
Their pitching has been really good in their bullpen too. So Chris Getz, their general manager, credit to him. This guy was getting pounded a couple of years ago for decisions and everything like that, but man, it is seemingly working out. The fans, by the way, all of a sudden are pouring in there. Their attendance is on the rise too. So a great sign that the White Sox are in this thing. Now, long term, I don't know. Like, is this a postseason team? Is it a deep postseason team?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, guys, live on SportsGrid, we are following World Cup 2026 action. We are at the hydration break for the United States and Turkey. This game is 2 apiece right now. The U.S. are actually not the favorites. The draw is the favorite at even money. It is plus 130 for the United States. And then you get about 5-1, 4-1 if you want Turkey here. And it does feel like there's another goal in this game to me. Over 4.5, though, is minus 235 on one book. So realistically, you need something with it. Now, you could do something that we've seen Gabe do, take it to tomorrow's slate. Maybe like France. Maybe you want Spain, right? I think that is absolutely reasonable. But I do think there is another goal in this game. The issue for me right now is just I don't have something I know I like yet for tomorrow, right? I'm just, we go day by day with a lot of this action here. So, and there's just not much to do with the Paraguay-Australia game. There's no value in under half a goal. What do you see here, Gabe?
I almost want to take no goal. They just moved it to minus 225 on me, though. Is anyone scoring here for real?
We said they're both fine with a draw, right?
I'm getting in on it. Sometimes you got to lay juice on a play. Not everyone's going to be plus money. I don't even have the patience to start parlaying it with different things. I could.
That's the thing. There's a couple of items tomorrow that people
Well, you can get a
see as
head start
parlay
on.
pieces.
Yeah, you can get a head start. And even, well, what about you were just talking about the USA? Belgium aren't losing tomorrow. They got Doku back.
Just saying that. Oh, God.
It's in Vancouver, that game tomorrow night, actually.
Belgium and over 4.5. I don't hate it. I don't love it, though. It's not a great number, is the problem. It's not a great number.
No, but putting them together, it's not enough. I know we're kind of forcing. Look, I just made it late at 225 just for the whatever. You know, I'm in try to scalp some more on the way out here. They said, hey, I'm on Paraguay plus half a goal here. We called it. I mean, Julio said it himself. He called it the rocking chair under in this game.
Yeah,
it's not the market isn't always right though, Kevin? You know what I mean? Like the sports books and the public and whatnot. Like even my eyes lit up when I saw this game today. Like I don't often, because I don't like going into the end of the night like needing one game so much, unless I'm really sure. But sort of like you did with Colombia the other day. Every sort of like say, because I play the straight ups, I play like this and that, but then I hit the alt line. That's where I make my money kind of. So a lot of the alt line stuff wasn't enough. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't paying enough still. And I was trying to do like Paraguay and Australia 3.5 instead of 2.5 at the back end of all these things, and I couldn't do it. So I was like, you know what, man up and just put the 2.5 at the back end of everything. And it'll actually pay not bad, actually. It'll really improve the odds. And I did, right? And then I said, all right, before the game, let's man up and go under 1.5 here as well. Let's not leave the plus 130 on the table. We talked about both teams not scoring. Both teams to score, no, but I wasn't sure both teams weren't going to score. I kiddingly said it before the game, too, if you remember, though. I said, I don't know if either of them are going to score, but here we are right now.
That's kind of the
67th minute. 67th minute. I got my eye on it. I'm going to go back to the U.S., though, here. What's up with the cards with the U.S.?
I think it's still 1. I didn't jump in, and I don't really know if I will. I'm not really sure it's worth it. Nice chance by Turkey that just misses there. But the thing with Australia, Paraguay, and this is another example
that just missed,
where it's a low-scoring game if it was the first game of the tournament. But you add in both teams advance on a draw, this is what you get. Right? Like, this thing wouldn't be a rocket ship if they needed goals, but they didn't even need goals.
So let's just jump right now. Austria, Algeria. You brought it up briefly earlier.
What's that? Yeah, what is that total? Now,
these guys don't play until Saturday
on the field.
But let's not forget about it. But they don't play till Saturday. But all right, so say right now, 2.5 under 2.5 is minus 225 in Austria and Algeria. And that game is Saturday, Kevin. We're 48 hours away. By game time, that's minus 300.
So that's what I was just going to say, Gabe. And now, again, I'm not promising this, but I wouldn't be surprised because of Australia, Paraguay, if this thing gets slammed and it ends up a situation where the 1.5 over minus 140 doesn't feel like a bad bet. Because everybody's going to think, oh, this is what happens. If they don't need the game, nobody scores. Austria can score goals, guys. Like Austria and Algeria, it's not Paraguay, Australia. In terms of
that is true. As far as skill level is concerned, they're not even close, like you said. I agree with that.
So I just keep that,
but it doesn't mean it's going over 2.5. I wouldn't bet the over 2.5 still.
No, I'm not. Yeah, right. I agree with you on that front.
Yeah, I still wouldn't want the 2.5 there. But as far as the U.S. is concerned, we gave you over 6.5 shots on target at the half. We've been very good with these bets, Kevin. Put another win on the board. They're at 7, so we cash it.
That was pretty quick, Gabe. They got there too, right? A lot of accuracy in those chances. Because how many total shots are they at?
Up to 15 right now. And I did play over 26.5. I played over 26.5, not for them, for combined shots, both teams. It's 15-6 right now. We're up to 21 shots.
Wow, Turkey haven't had a lot of chances, that means. In the second half.
Turkey have had 2 shots. They had 4 at the half, Kevin. So they only had 2 shots. No shots on target for Turkey in the second half. I'm glad that I focused in on the U.S. instead only.
Mm-hmm. We talked about how a trailing U.S. side was going to up the ante here, and they have. Now, things have slowed down a lot in the United States game, in my opinion. I'm not sure if we're going to, I don't know if they tire themselves out, maybe the hydration break, but things are a little bit calmer.
I don't want to sound like a broken record, but we jumped in on under 5.5 about 10 minutes ago, if you remember on that.
100%. 100%. I mean, listen, I'll just say that, like, again, we take our
It's
lumps,
been quite the
but
pace, Kevin. So I was going to say, it's been quite the pace in this game. I think fatigue's kicking in, right? You
would
think
not
about it. It's like a
surprise me
fight,
at
bro. Turkey came out flying, right? They were like giving it their all. USA came out like boom, 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 flying around. Turkey responded like it was a frenetic pace that first 30 minutes. They were both going up and down the pitch. It was like really intense action and stuff. And then the U.S. got tired, and then the U.S. got refreshed. And it seems like they're kind of both sort of like, all right, we're hitting the wall now in the 70th minute here. But it's pretty spirited though, Kevin. It's a fun game. And think about it. This is a truly meaningless game. This is a truly meaningless game. Like, this game doesn't mean anything to Turkey. Like, it doesn't mean anything to the U.S., like in the real, like, statistical world. But if you watch this, you couldn't tell that by the passion and the spirit of the game.
yeah, I had tweeted out after the U.S. scored right away. I was like, you can't tell me this game doesn't mean something to them, which hilariously somebody responded, this game does not mean anything to them, which is just wrong. I'm sorry, but it's just wrong. Yeah. It's wrong. And I think
even the draw is fine. They lose this game, then I'm telling you, it would have mattered.
Correct.
It would have been a negative situation coming out of this.
You know this too, Gabe. It's the perfect way to get a draw. If USA were winning and then Turkey scored late, you'd be like, ugh. But the USA had to earn the draw.
They scored the last one. Yeah. And like I said, faced a little adversity, came back. You know what I mean?
100%. And the U.S. can now chalk it up to, now I don't know what's going on. You know what, Gabe? They're going for it. Look at these subs. Look at these substitutions here. Your boy Freeman checks on. Sergio Dest checks on, who's been incredible. Like, the U.S. are not messing around.
So, if anyone thinks it doesn't matter, they want the win. He wants the win.
Now
here comes Freeman. And also get him fit for the next match.
Are you ready for el verano más futbolero de tu vida? Latination Football Club turns into Copa Nation, our live stream experience every day, de lunes a viernes, 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Pacific as well. Checking in after the games. In that slot between games, we got you, my friend. We're going to have celebrities, legends of the game, content creators, and a bunch of our friends that are going to keep you entertained and informed, letting you know what's happening all across the 3 countries that are going to be experiencing this crazy, crazy football tournament. Don't miss it. Copa Nation right here on Latin Nation every day. Check it out.
Class is in session. Today, let's talk about the teaser. A teaser is a multi-leg bet where you shift the point spread in your favor. You get better numbers, but every selection has to win. It doesn't matter what you bet if you don't have the insights. Tune into SportsGrid and get ahead of the class.
Their pitching has been really good in their bullpen too. So Chris Getz, their general manager, credit to him. This guy was getting pounded a couple of years ago for decisions and everything like that, but man, it is seemingly working out. The fans, by the way, all of a sudden are pouring in there. Their attendance is on the rise too. So a great sign that the White Sox are in this thing. Now, long term, I don't know. Like, is this a postseason team? Is it a deep postseason team?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, what's the deal, man? We've got about 15 minutes here, just including stoppage time in these two matches. Paraguay and Australia still scoreless, tied here with Turkey and the U.S. You know, we've obviously, Gabe's jumped in a handful of times here. I don't really know. Here's another interesting thing, Gabe, with the cards. Turkey aren't really doing any of the stuff I thought they would. Like, they're kind of like, I don't know if they're satisfied, but like they're not pushing anyone. Like, they don't seem that angry in a way.
No. I think, like I said earlier, they're. What point is it to show off now or try to cheap shot someone or do this or that? Like, I think they're trying to get a result here. I think both teams want the win here. This is what's fascinating about this. And, you figure there should be a goal. We'll see if the U.S. can deliver this magic. But Turkey walks away with a draw here. At least they didn't lose. Same thing with the U.S., but you talked about it. You look at the subs that the U.S. just brought in, and you could see Turkey are pressing over the last couple of minutes. They wanted a goal here. Both teams are trying to win this game right now.
Yeah, and as they should, right? For Turkey, there's nothing you get out of it, and for the United States, like Mexico got all three wins, right? Like, you can't just be like, nobody who had it locked up didn't get a win. Like, no, some teams did get a win.
You think it matters to the 84,000 people in here to pay like $3,000 to get into the building?
Correct.
These kids are all decked out in U.S. gear and stuff. Like, it all matters, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like every game, like, it all matters.
Christian Pulisic.
Like, you think Germany are happy right now? I'll put it that way. They're not.
Yeah.
Their fans look miserable. They were mad. Like, the players, like, yeah, and that's the whole thing. So they have it in their head. Guys, even though they're fine.
Matches?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Kevin. So even though it didn't matter, it did matter because in their head, they're like, dude, we can't shut anyone out. Even Ecuador scored on us late. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's in their head now, like, for real.
Yes.
Like, if they would have won the game, they'd be walking a lot taller. Let me tell you.
And they have an interesting situation. Manuel Neuer, who's an all-time great keeper, I think he, tried to retire, and they were like, yo, you got to come back. Like, Neuer's kind of like, why am I still out here, guys? Like, we didn't get anybody. We're Germany. Like, we couldn't find another keeper. I'm out here at 40. Like, you saw Mexico last night with Ochoa. Like, they had a great moment, but they're not still asking Ochoa to win them games. Germany is still like, Manuel, can you, win us a World Cup? Like, no, guys. Like, so it's interesting. It's stuff that goes in the back of your mind when we talk about Germany, France, Kevin, assuming we get that match. Oh boy.
So I thought USA were buzzing around there. I was like, I thought something was about to happen. And look, here comes Turkey on the counter. Like I said, this game's opening up right now.
Yeah. Maybe.
Here comes Turkey.
That over Turkey on the counter has been tempting.
What is it now? I bet the under at 225. What is it now?
No, I'm talking about the in the U.S. match. I guess I should over 4.5. One more.
Oh
God!
Look at that, Turkey. That ball was bouncing around, man, in front of the net.
Yeah, plus 106, Gabe, for there to be another goal in the match. Interesting.
Plus 106. What? We're moving on in this game, though, for real, huh?
Yeah, I don't hate it. What do you think it is for there to be a goal in the Paraguay-Australia game?
Yeah, I want to see here. So we're into the 83rd. You know what? These games are both on the same clock somehow.
It is weird, right?
Man. 83 minutes on both of them. Yeah, plus I got a plus 333. So look, guys, I played the minus 225 like 10, 15 minutes ago, whatever. And at the time, it wasn't my proudest bet, but it is minus 500 right now.
That's
right. So it's one of those.
You've doubled the odds.
You want to win in short time. You don't always. Yeah, you don't not every bet you can make can be a plus 160. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to take the money on the table.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
And it's not there yet, but
I'll tell you the best thing that happened to me was the timing of that USA goal. Because I was going to make some really bad bets on overcards, and I don't have them, so now I can just root you in on the cards. Nobody touch anybody as far as I'm concerned. Because that was going to be a big mistake.
It's still 1-0 in the cards. Unbelievable. It's 1-0 still, yeah. USA without one yellow. USA without one yellow. Mm-hmm. Did I get in on the 3.5 cards? This is what I'll read them off. This is what I got here. So I got a Turkey plus 1.5 and Belgium parlay. I have Turkey over 13.5 shots. I don't think that's going to hit. Over 26.5 match shots. Oh, what's this? Same game parlay.
What's my corner count in Australia? Paraguay?
Oh boy, Kevin. I didn't realize this, Kevin. I have a same game parlay. How many corner kicks there been here?
Which match? Turkey?
And USA.
We've got
9-2. Okay, 9-2, 11. Yeah, I have a prop here. Over 4.5 corner kicks and under 4.5 goals. So I can't have another goal here. I didn't even really realize this. I have something to play.
All right.
I have another one here. Paraguay minus 3.5. Ecuador plus 1.5. Turkey plus 2.5.
You got the Cheesecake Factory menu on your phone right now.
And I have under 2.5 cards in this game.
You have anything mixed in with tomorrow or no?
Only that one here where I took Turkey earlier in game plus 1.5 with Belgium tomorrow.
Okay.
I do believe, listen, Belgium needs to respond too. They've been underachieving in this tournament. They're in third place right now in a weak group, Kevin. This is unacceptable. I do feel tomorrow night's the night. You saw in the last match, New Zealand's quality is kind of being exposed a bit here as we go on.
Belgium need a 5-goal performance, and Jeremy Doku needs to be a part of it. Just call it what it is.
And what better way coming back after this, right? And then stick it to that girl in France. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Goal for the baby. You know what I mean? It's going to happen.
100%. 100%. I might be more
What's
interested in
What's
Doku.
Let's throw him in with Yamal, actually, too. Now you're talking, Kevin.
Leave Yamal out of it. Get Yamal out of there. You and this Yamal. I got Yamal under for the tournament. He's played 18 minutes of this tournament. He's got a goal already. He's horrifying.
Yeah, it didn't take him long. Yeah, exactly. The last game, it took it was fast. Like you can tell, all right, the kid's starting to get his feet under him a little bit. Spain need a result tomorrow, too. So you're going to get a real Spanish attack here tomorrow.
My thought in the moment is they light him up. We're going to take a quick break here, guys. We'll be right back. Don't forget,
the tension builds
tomorrow. right, one more ride, guys. We're going to get most of the United States turkey here. Oh, my. Australia with nearly could you imagine? Turkey with a near chance here.
It's been some action at the end of these games, man.
Yeah. We kind of talked about like 5 minutes left, might as well just swing kind of thing, right? Like, well, what's the harm in it now? Everybody's kind of got what they needed out of these games. So let's just go for it here.
It's a sweat job for me on the way out, but man, like we said, this thing is it's a marathon, not a sprint, and it's you guys. It goes like it now. It gets real. Like it picks up. That was the appetizer. While we went through, we're right back at it tomorrow. Me and Kevin will be back at 3 Eastern. Doesn't get much bigger than this. France and Norway. Now they're both advancing, but they're playing for first place. France, and then plus you got Erling Haaland versus Mbappe, and just like it writes itself. Just absolutely awesome stuff that writes itself. So you've got Norway and France, Senegal and Iraq tomorrow as well at 3 Eastern. Cabo Verde, Saudi Arabia, that'll be an emotional game, especially if Cabo Verde's able to get it done and get into the next stage. Uruguay and Spain tomorrow. And then the nightcap, Egypt, Iran, New Zealand, Belgium. And then Saturday, just massive games all week. Saturday and then Sunday, the knockout stage begins. And just quickly, guys, I've got lines for you here. I've got some lines for you here for the knockout stage. Canada minus 143, South Africa plus 400, the draws plus 260. But Brazil, it's official. Brazil will play Japan. Brazil minus 138. Japan plus 425, draw plus 260. It's official. Netherlands will play Morocco. Netherlands plus 105 favorites, draw plus 230, Morocco plus 280. And hot off the presses, USA minus 200 favorites. Bosnia plus 600 money line, plus 320 draw. USA open up minus 200.
Of all the numbers, the one that maybe surprised me a bit was Brazil against Japan. I thought Brazil might be a bigger favorite in that match. And
pretty moderate actually at minus 138.
Like, we've talked about respecting Japan, and I'm not saying that all goes out the window just because they drew with Sweden, but Brazil have also looked pretty good as this tournament's gone on here. So they got a lot of slander for drawing against Morocco, which is not really something you should be slandered for. Morocco are good.
And not running the score up on Haiti. And they look good against Haiti. They just, they put a lot of balls over there. I watched that game. Like I was at the Fan Fest for that actually. Like they put a lot of balls over the net, and they could have it could have been a better result. But you and I talked about it. Brazil, we got to break down the bracket in its entirety again. But Brazil are dangerous. Like I think they can go all the way to was it Argentina's in their way? So that's the one.
I think that's semifinal.
So Brazil,
we've talked about.
Yeah.
Which would be just an absolute war.
That would be
epic.
Match. Argentina versus Brazil, just like the pageantry and the names of it.
Funny that the pageant. You're right to say pageantry, but in the stadium it'll be vicious. Like,
oh god,
like careful what color. Like if you're just there to have a good time, like make that known. You know what I mean? Wear like a black T-shirt. Just try and. I
saw a video of they were asking Mexican fans, which team would you like to beat the most? And they all said Argentina. Like Brazil hates a lot of people don't like Argentina now, especially since they're good. And Mexico hate them. They have a rivalry. It goes back Maradona, the hand of God. Like they don't like Argentina. Brazil hates Argentina. People like Argentina have a target on their back now. It's almost like people will be less bothered if France wins. You know what I mean?
Which is interesting. But I'll tell you, for Argentina to still, like, I know it's South America, but, like, if they're in a final, there's going to be a lot of Argentinians in that crowd. Like, it's going to be packed.
So how many minutes did they just add time?
Brazil.
How many did they just add on
here?
The
U.S., Gabe. Only 5 in Australia. Only 5 in Australia. These things look destined for draws.
Both draws tonight, eh? Wow.
How many draws do we get today? 3? Japan, Sweden, the only other draw?
I'm just stuck right now on the shots here in this USA game. So I'm up to 24. I got 26 and a half.
You need 2 shots? 3 shots.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
could
we'll root
3
in.
shots. I don't know if I'm
We'll
going to
root
get
in.
there. Cards are
Guys,
still
we are
looking good
back
at 1-0.
tomorrow, 3 p.m. France, Norway, and Mbappe,
Allez.
Holland. Does not get better than that. We'll see you then right back.